Hey guys, I'm Simeon. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about a very important topic, and that is training with or around an injury. So let's get to it. Welcome back guys. So today I want to talk about one of the most common questions that I get, and that is, what do I do if I have an injury? Or should I stop training because of an injury? Here's the thing, injuries are inevitable. Doesn't matter how well you stretch or warm up, sooner or later it will happen. And the more you train and deal with injuries, the less they will freak you out when they happen. Trust me, I've had so many injuries that I stopped counting. The human body can be as hard as a rock one day and as soft as an egg the next. So the reality is that only people who don't do anything don't have sports injuries. For everyone else, that is just a fact of life. And before we get any further, please do me a favor, scroll down, hit the little bell notification and subscribe. Most of my views are still coming from people who are not subscribed, so please do me a favor and support my channel by subscribing. So going back to today's topic, the issue of injuries and working out can be divided into two separate categories. The first is, do you train the body part that is injured? And the second is, do you train the rest of the body? When it comes to the body part that is injured, you have to focus on recovery. The first thing to do, as always, is to check with your doctor and find out exactly what is causing the pain. You also have to stop doing lifts that cause any kind of pain in that body part. As my sensei Angel used to say, you have to listen to your body. If it hurts, don't do it. When you learn to listen to your body, you will see that it's an excellent gauge of how you're doing. The reality is that if you continue to force the injured body part, you will delay recovery or make the injury much worse. So instead of it taking a month to heal or two, it will take 6 months or a year. However, recovery does not mean sitting around doing nothing. Depending on what your injury is, and that is something that you should consult with your doctor before doing, you could do physical therapy, yoga, stretching exercises, you could visit a massage therapist, or you could use a foam roller or a tennis ball to work out any muscle spasms or clear out any scar tissue. All of those things are active ways of helping you heal the injured body part faster. What you have to remember is that there's no quick fix to injuries, and very often the safest way to treat an injury will require a lot more work and dedication from you. For example, I've had many injuries where the doctor immediately recommended a cortisone shot, which is a steroid shot that can offer fast-acting relief of inflamed joints, muscles, or tendons. Why would the doctor recommend that? Because that is the only way for them to help you with inflammation. They won't be there day in and day out pushing you to do your stretching or icing of that injured body part. They also won't be there every day to remind you to take that extra fish oil, which can help reduce the inflammation. So they have to help you in any way that they can, and that is with medication or giving you a cortisone shot. Of course, you can get that cortisone shot or take whatever medication they offer and hope that it works and that you don't have any side effects from it. Or you could do what I did, and that is go through all of the other conservative treatment that will require a lot more consistency from you, but it's much safer and has less side effects. And only if that doesn't work, then you can escalate the treatment. This brings me to the second point, and that is training the rest of the body. Just because you have an injured wrist or an ankle or a shoulder doesn't mean that you have to stop training everything else. For example, I had an injured wrist that took over a year to heal. Did I stop training for that whole year? Absolutely not. I trained the rest of the body as if I had no wrist injury. The general rule is that you have to keep training what doesn't hurt. Otherwise, you will lose any gains that you made. And even worse, you could lose training as a habit. You see, humans are very habitual. Everything that we do and everything that we are is based on our habits. Good habits make us successful, healthy, and happy. Bad habits make us miserable and unhealthy. The thing about habits is that it takes a long time to develop. The reason why every January the gym is full of people and most of them are not there a month later is because they didn't go enough times to make exercising a habit. For the people that did make exercising into a habit and then got injured and stopped going completely, then in time you will lose that habit and replace it possibly with bad ones like binge watching TV shows. Now, as with everything else, there's an exception to the general rule, and that is you do not want to create a disbalance that could result in an injury later on. Here's what I mean. In my example with the injured wrist, I didn't train the other wrist also because the healing took such a long time that if I had trained the other wrist, I could create certain imbalances in strength that could cause an injury later on when my wrist heals and I'm able to perform compound exercises involving both wrists. Alright guys, that's all for this week. Thank you so much for watching. Welcome to all of the new subscribers, and to everyone that is not subscribed, please scroll down, hit the little bell notification and subscribe. Thanks again, and see you next week.